To the Minister of Health, how much weighting will be given to the ethnicity component of the equity adjuster for surgical wait lists? And what other parts of the health system, if any, has she looked at applying the adjuster to?
Mr Speaker, the equity adjuster seeks to stop some groups from languishing on the long tail of the wait list. The weightings are dynamic, so a specific weighting for ethnicity cannot be given.
Parliamentary. Who is correct? The Prime Minister this morning suggesting that the equity adjuster is just for Auckland and Northland, or the Minister who stated in written answers that there would be a national rollout?
Mr Speaker, the Prime Minister has asked me to look at that the equity adjuster is working as intended, and I will do that before any national rollout.
Supplementary. Is the Health New Zealand Business Support Manager correct when he wrote to clinicians that priority on the surgical wait list will be 200 days for Māori and 250 days for non-Māori? If not, why not?
Mr Speaker, that statement doesn't really make sense, and I'd need additional context to be able to help interpret it.
Supplementary. When does she intend to roll out the equity adjuster for first specialist appointments, as indicated in her reply to written question 14489, or has this now been delayed as a result of the Prime Minister's request that she assure him that the equity adjuster is not replacing one form of discrimination with another?
Mr Speaker, as I've said, the Prime Minister has asked me to check that the equity adjuster is working in the way it's intended, and that's what I'll do.
Excess deaths. New Zealand's die equity adjuster. You need to take serious note of what far-left woke health matters are fermenting behind your back. The die ideology, diversion, inclusion, equity, is simply a devious socialist political agenda that takes, typically via various taxes, from the haves and gives it free of charge to the have-nots, in order to, theoretically, create fairness. This is socialism at its very worst. In New Zealand, the healthcare die equity adjuster is how the hospital system wishes to create so-called fairness in surgical procedures and general medical care. However, it is more likely to create an artificially skewed imbalance in Kiwi healthcare outcomes, but even more significantly, such an equity adjuster is also very likely to greatly contribute towards above-average excess deaths across the board in the long term. The healthcare die equity adjuster is a racist apartheid adjuster, weighted in favour of the Maori and Pacifica races, at the detriment of all other races. If you vote for any political party that supports or promotes the diversity, inclusion, equity die adjuster for healthcare, like the Coalition of Chaos, the Combo Party group of Labour, Green and Maori, then you may well be voting for an earlier than normal death for yourself, or your children, or any of your loved ones, or any of your friends. Be careful, be very careful please, when you vote this year on Saturday the 14th of October 2023, as your life may well depend on your decision.